What's poppin', homies? It's your favorite homegirl, Gossip Girl. And I'm just coming in with some news to talk to you about. Other states are now starting to close their borders. And let's just get right on into it. We know this pandemic is going on. This plague is happening. So Texas Governor Greg Abbott signed an executive order on Thursday that will require travelers from some areas that are hotspots to self-quarantine. It provides that every person who flies into Texas from New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, or the city of New Orleans, or any other state or city as may be proclaimed hereafter, shall be subject to mandatory self-quarantine for a period of 14 days from the time of the entry into Texas or the duration of the person's presence in Texas, whichever is shorter. Other states have imposed similar orders. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis imposed an order on Tuesday that requires anyone flying from New York City, New Jersey, or Connecticut to self-isolate for 14 days. Alaska and Hawaii also imposed self-quarantine orders on people traveling from other states. Okay? So, how do you feel about that, homies? Do you feel like this is a good thing that they're doing? They need to put this in order and to stop the people from traveling and possibly stop spreading it. I understand some people may not have it, but if you're leaving, say you leave New York City and you go to Texas, right? You don't have it in New York City, but what happens if you happen to get it in Texas? You're putting yourself in harm's way as well as everybody else. And so I think the best thing for everyone to do, wherever you at, just stay there. Stay there. Stop hopping around. Just stay there and deal with the situation, because I had a feeling that this was going to happen. I really did. I had a feeling that once the lockdown and the stay at home was in place, that people were trying to get out. And New Yorkers, we feel like, hey, if we don't have it, if we got another home somewhere else, now is the time. But basically, it's not the time, because look what's happening. A few people may have gotten away with it, or whatever the case may be. But guess what's happening? The governors are catching on to what's going on in their state, in their city, and they're not happy about New Yorkers or any other place that are hot spots for this plague. They don't want it here. They don't want it there. They probably have enough of it in their city or state to deal with. And do you actually think they want more issues, more problems, with other people coming from everywhere else? No, just stay in your city, your state, and just hopefully let's deal with this. I personally feel like there should be no traveling going on right now. There should be no traveling going on. There should be no movement at all. Let's just sit still and deal with this, because you're hopping from one place to the next. So it's not going to make it any better. You have to think about your kids, your family. Right now, you have to think about what's right. And if you're at home and you're home, to me, I don't think I would want to go out there and travel, because you never know who you may come in contact with that may have it. And then now look at you, you have it. You get what I'm saying? So I really think people just need to stay home. Stay home, and let's just let this thing pass, because the more time that you're outside, the more time this dang plague stays around. So let's just stay home. People are scared. I understand. I'm worried. I have 2 children that work essential jobs, and I am afraid of that. Okay, I'm afraid for them, but I worry. But they also let me know what's going on. So with that being said, let's just try to stay home, guys. Just stay home as much as we can. You may not like it. If you have a fire escape, you live in New York City and you got a fire escape, sit on your fire escape for an hour or 2 to get some air, and then go back inside. But you have to stay inside unless it's to get air. Now, if you have to work because you are an essential worker and you have to work, so be it. You have to be out there because you have a job, and that goes for anywhere else, any other essential workers. If you have to go out there, but if you don't have to go out there, don't, unless you need food and other essential supplies. They're trying to keep this thing down, guys. And if you're moving about, it's not going to stay still. It's going to move around. It's going to get worse. It's already going to get worse. We don't need it to make it 10 times worse. You understand? So I just want this thing to pass, because I'm getting tired of it already. It's just too much. But people are not listening. And they're not listening. So now other states, governors are putting the hammer on it. They're saying, hey, we're going to have to do this right now. We're going to have to stop you guys from coming in here. If you do come in here, you have to be self-quarantined. And some places is going as far as, if you don't comply, you're going to get fined and you're going to get put in jail. So what do you think about all this stuff? Do you think the governors are, are right by, if you're coming in from New York City or any of those places, you have to self-quarantine for 14 days? Do you think that's, fair? Do you understand why they're doing it? What are your thoughts on this? All right, guys, I'll talk to you later.